Hey yo, Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free's company, pgLang, just put out a new commercial with Cash App. It's the second in the series, and I really like how the story is shaping up, so let's talk about it. So yeah, like I said, pgLang has a new commercial out with Cash App, and it's part of their larger campaign called That's Money. Now, for those who don't know, That's Money is the flagship campaign from Cash App. I think it started in maybe 2022. Little fun fact: I worked on a competitor a long time ago, so familiar with the fintech industry, and a lot of fintechs around that time were aimed at producing financial literacy. Because believe it or not, man, huge issue in the world. A lot of people lack in that department because systematic issues and things of that sort. But Cash App has been on this mission to help with financial literacy for a while, and the That's Money campaign is also aimed at doing the same thing. So the first commercial in this series, if y'all remember, is called The Balcony. It saw Kendrick Lamar on a balcony with his homie and Ray Dalio. For those who don't know Ray Dalio is one of the biggest investors on the planet, has a book called Principles. I actually have it in the room. One of the best books ever. Highly, highly encourage you to pick it up. But with that said, Kendrick Lamar's homie is talking about in the balcony how he made a wager with his friend Peanut. He just came into some money and he wanted to get a barbershop at a certain point. But because of the wager he made with Peanut, bro ends up losing the money. Kendrick communicates this to Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio essentially tells Kendrick to tell his homie, like, yo, just invest in yourself and get it right. So it's a really dope spot. And I mean, it's like minimalist. Again, you have Ray Dalio communicating with Kendrick. Kendrick is also breaking the fourth wall to talk to us. But yeah, that was the first spot. Came out about 2 years ago. And now we have chapter two. Now in chapter two, we see Kendrick's same homie, but this time he got the barbershop. And as he's cutting someone's hair, another dude walks in. He talks about how he had 2 grand, but kind of like the first commercial, lost it trying to flip it. He had 2 grand. I think he said Peanut hit his phone, or Jeremy hit his phone actually, and talked about flipping that 2 and a 6. He ends up losing the money, and now he needs to make something shake by Friday. His girlfriend's gonna kill him. It's all bad. And Kendrick's homie from the first commercial is essentially telling him he had to change his mindset and he had to learn to slow it down and make better bets. He then points to someone who's off camera, and as the camera zooms out, we see he's talking to Dochi, and Dochi begins to chime in and tell the dude who just walked in about how she had to change her mindset and learn some financial literacy stuff too. So yeah, keeping the commercial in mind and seeing how things progressed. As far as takeaways for this episode of Beats and Billboard, I think the main thing is continuity. Right now, when we look at how people do campaigns, some people are doing continuity very well. When you look at what Adidas is doing with all of their social content around Anthony Edwards, kind of a similar setup in the vein that it's one location, very minimalist, and you can shoot as many of those as you want because you're not really changing that many elements. But that aside, the reason I bring it up is because there is a continuity portion of the storytelling that makes it so appealing that you want to keep watching, even if it's just that orange backdrop. Right, with Kendrick Lamar and what they're doing with pgLang and the Cash App commercials, the story continues. A lot of times when people do big brand campaigns, the story doesn't have any connectivity. So one year you may do this, next year you'll do something totally different. But strategically, it's all still aligned and it's all still under the same campaign line and idea, but you haven't really progressed the story. The thing about progressing the story is it gives people something to look back at. So now that the new chapter is out, people go back and look at the old commercial, the numbers increase, earned media value goes up. There are a lot of benefits to storytelling in this way that I don't think a lot of brands lean into. But again, that's just something to think about. Think about the fact that, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same story in the sense of same characters, same plot devices. It could literally be same colors, same backdrop. Just something that gives a visual cue that lets the listener know that they're in a particular world and that they should pay attention because of what's going on. But with that said, again, this is another cool commercial from Cash App and from the pgLang team. Excited to see what they do in 2025. And yeah, man, learn some financial literacy. Get your life together. I had to get mine together too. So, hey, this is Beats and Billboards. K-Dot, you see this? I got some beats for you. Dochi as well. I got beats for you. Holla at the kid. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.